Hello, welcome back to the Tree of Life Crochet Along. We are on part 47. That is rows 60 through 65. It's not listed as 60 through 65 in the pattern. That's just my directions. And it's the divider. It's between the trees graph and the flowers graph. Okay, it's the little lines right here going across. Right there between the trees and the flowers, and then again between the flowers and the trees. Okay, right there, those lines going across. Those are the reverse single crochets, and we're going to be working 3 rows each of reverse single crochet and then single crochet back. We're going to work that 3 times, all on the front of the blanket. Okay, so we won't be turning the blanket at all. And there are a lot of really good videos on YouTube on how to do the reverse single crochet. And also I have a video, in one of my earlier videos, I have a video of how to do this divider, but it's not attached to this Afghan, it's just a sample. Okay, and we are going to, you don't have to watch that, you can just follow along here if you want. Okay, we're going to put a reverse single crochet in every stitch across, but it's going to be worked in the front loop only. Okay, front loop all the way across. Okay, and then on the way back we're going to put a regular single crochet all the way back across in the back loop. Okay, so that's what we're going to do right now. And I want you to keep up with it, okay, just to make sure you stay on count. Write it down, keep up with it. Okay, we've already done a chain 1. If you haven't, then go ahead and just make a chain 1, but don't turn your work. Okay, make sure you're on the front of your work. Okay, in this first one, we're going to go into the first single crochet under the chain 1. And we're going to go up under, where's my needle? We're going to go up under the front loop from the front up to the middle of that V. Okay, that's how we're going to pick up that front loop only. Okay, so we're going to maneuver our hook around, whoops, sorry, and put the hook right there. And try not to hold your working yarn too tight. That'll help a lot. Go up, pick up that front loop. Okay, yarn over, pull it through, and you should have 2 loops. Mine is doubled, so I have 4 little strands. Okay, and yarn over and pull through both loops, and that is your reverse single crochet, and it will not stay that tall. This looks abnormally tall and messed up, but that's what you want. And now we're going to do the same thing in the next stitch and in the next stitch all the way down. Okay, see the very next stitch in that front loop, we're going to go under there from front to middle with our hook. Oops, excuse me. And it gets easier after the first couple of these. It gets a lot easier. And it's really a pretty stitch. I really like it, even though it's a little awkward. Okay, and yarn over and pull a loop through. Okay, but don't pull it through the loop that's on your hook already. Okay, so now you have 2 loops. Yarn over, pull through both of those. That's your single crochet. We're just doing it in this direction. Okay, so that's 2 that I've done. Okay, and now I'm going to go in through the next one, front loop only, right like that, and I'm going to yarn over just like that, and finish the single crochet. Okay, And it really helps if you just loosen up a little bit with the yarn on this hand. It makes it so much easier, and these stitches turn out a lot nicer looking. Okay, so we're going to go in, and this looks really stretched out right now, but whenever we put our single crochet in the back loop, it'll pull it up tighter. Okay, so it's fine. We're going to find the next loop, the front of that V. Okay, and we're going to just go right up under and up through the center, yarn over, pull it through. Okay, now you have 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, and it'll look better and better the longer it gets. Now for the very next stitch, and be careful not to skip any single crochets. Okay, you can just pull your work, stretch your work so you can locate the next stitch. Okay, make sure you can see that next single crochet. Okay, so I'm going to insert my hook, yarn over, and now I have 2 loops, and I'm going to yarn over and pull through both loops. Okay, find my next V, and it takes a little longer to do this. It takes a little bit to get used to, but it's, once you get used to it, you're like, gosh, this is really easy. And it makes such a cute stitch. And some people do not like them at all, and it's just a matter of personal opinion. You don't have to put this in your blanket if you don't want to. You can always make some other type of stitch. I don't know what other type of stitch, but there are a lot of people that have done these, and they've done other kinds of stitches right here for the divider, and they're really pretty. I wouldn't know how to do that though. Okay, so I have lost count. I stopped counting because I was talking. Okay, I'm just going to make sure that I pick up that front loop only and make sure I don't skip a stitch, okay, all the way down. And see, it gets easier. Just put your hook in. Be sure to yarn over like this, okay? If you yarn over like this, it's going to look different. Pick one way. Okay, I've already started doing it like this. It'll look a little different. And don't tighten up on your yarn. Okay, keep it loose. And it gets easier and easier. Just be careful not to skip a single crochet. Okay, I didn't pick up both of my strands. I have it double stranded. We pick up that entire front loop. Okay. There we go. Moving right along, all the way across. And when I'm done, I'm going to count my little baubles here. It's not a bauble stitch. I don't know what to call these. It looks like a decorative rope going across. It's really cute. And it'll look even better with the single crochet sitting up behind it. Okay, so I'm going to let you finish this row all the way across. Okay, and I will meet you back here at the very end of this row, and then we'll work on making our way back. Remember to go into the front loop only and don't skip a stitch all the way to the end. Okay, and I am at the end of my row of reverse single crochets. I have 5 more to do, and I don't think I'm going to go back and count because I was extra careful to get every stitch, and I'll just count my single crochets that I do on the way back. Okay. Two, three, four, there's my last one. Okay, make sure you pick up that front loop only. I have to make sure I pick up both strands of my front loop. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through twice. Okay, so there's my last one. And it looks really tall. It's fine. And now for our way back. Actually, I'm going to mark it on my paper. Okay, I made 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that was my first one over, and then I'll mark this one under it for the one on the way back. Okay, so what I'm going to do is find that back loop, and on the video I did earlier on the sample piece for the divider, I used a worsted weight yarn, and it's so much easier to see if you're having a hard time seeing this, but it's just so much easier to see. I can barely see these back loops. Okay, I have to kind of hold it up close and find that first back loop. Okay, and don't get it mixed up with your the turning chain. Okay, just kind of go right behind here, right behind your last single crochet, reverse single crochet, and find the matching back loop. Okay, and that's the reverse single crochet, right? Okay, so we're going to go in through there, and we're going to go from front to back. Okay, just like that, and make a regular single crochet. Okay, make sure your yarn is behind your hook, and go in from front to back, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. There's your single crochet. And now the next one is a lot easier to see after you do the first one, that back loop. Okay, and it lines up with that front stitch right here. Okay, right there. So go in from the middle to the back, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. The next loop, that back loop on the next stitch, front to back, pull up a loop, pull through 2. Okay, all the way back across, we're going into that back loop, and we're making a single crochet, and this is going to help create a backing for the reverse single crochet that we just did. And it's also, see, that's pretty, isn't it? And it's also going to set us up for our row after this. We're going to go into these front loops and make reverse single crochets, and then we'll go back and make single crochets, and then we'll do it a third time. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make single crochets all the way across into these back loops. Remember to go from front to back. Pull up a loop, pull through 2. Okay, from the center of that stitch, that means from front to back, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and that's your single crochet. It's like a regular single crochet, but just through that back loop only. And we're going to do that all the way across. And I'm going to count this time, so I will see you at the end of this row. Make single crochet all the way across in every stitch, in every back loop of every stitch. Okay, I'm at the end of back at the end of my row here, or at the beginning, with my single crochets, and I kept with it with the little lines. Okay, like 10, 20, 30, 40. I'm sorry, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, and I have 4 more. Okay, just regular singles into that back loop. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. See how pretty the stitch is? It's just so nice. And it's not so hard, even though it sticks out, it's not hard. So if you lay on it, it doesn't hurt. Okay, so I'm going to mark that. Okay, I've done my row back, and now we're going to start on another row of reverse single crochets. Okay, and we're going to do it the same way we did on the last row. Okay. First we need to chain 1. Okay, so chain 1. Okay, and now we're going to go into that first single crochet under that chain we just made, and we're going to go in under the front loop only. Okay, we're going to leave the back loop for our single crochets back. Okay, so go under that first loop, that front loop. Okay, and the first one is always a little tricky. Okay, there's yarn over, pull up a loop, and then now you're going to yarn over and go through both loops. Okay, and that's your reverse single crochet, and it's going to seem abnormally tall, but that's what you want. It'll end up looking like this. Very nice. I think an entire blanket of this would, if you had the patience. I don't think I do. I think it would be really nice though. Okay, I'm going into the second stitch. Front loop only from front to back. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both loops. Okay, and now in through the third stitch. Okay, stretch your work out to make sure you can see every stitch. And now we're going to go into the third loop, the front loop only of that third stitch. Up through the middle, yarn over, pull up a loop, and this is going to seem really stretched out, but when we put in our single crochets in the back, it'll stretch it back the other way. Okay, yarn over, pull through both loops on your hook. Okay, and try not to tighten up on your working yarn too much. Okay, stretch your work to find your next stitch to make sure you don't skip one, and work under the front loop only. Keep doing that all the way across, and I will meet you back here at the end of this row. Okay, I'm back at the end of the second row of our reverse single crochets. I have 3 more left to do. Okay, the front loop only. Okay, I am back. My camera stopped recording, so I undid my stitches back to where I think I was, and I'm going to continue on with finishing up my row of reverse single crochets. Okay. Alrighty. And now we're going to go into the back loops that we skipped over. Okay, so find that first loop. Okay, make sure it lines up with the corresponding front loop that we already went into. Okay, right there. And pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, and there's a regular single crochet. Okay, and we're going to go into each back loop going that way and making a regular single crochet all the way back. Okay, and I'm going to count my stitches all the way back. It's easier, these are faster, so it's easier to keep up with if you need to count. Okay, so I will see you guys at the end of this row. Just keep doing a single crochet in every back loop all the way back across, and be sure and just pick up that back loop only. Okay, it's real easy to put your hook in through this other stitch back here, that other strand of yarn. So just go in through the back loop only and make a single crochet in each back loop of every stitch all the way back across. I'll see you at the end of this row. Okay, I am back at the end of this row, well, at the beginning actually, at the end of the single crochet row. Okay, and I have a couple more to do. Okay, and this is my last single crochet, and chain 1, but don't turn, and look how pretty it is. Isn't that nice? We need to do this one more time if we're going to go by the pattern. Okay, and I know it takes a little longer, but it's so worth it. So go under your chain 1 into that first single crochet, into the front loop, and make a reverse single crochet, and do that in every stitch across, just like the 2 rows before. We're going to make reverse single crochet all the way across this row, front loop only, Okay. Reverse single crochet in the front loop of each stitch all the way across, working from left to right, and I will see you at the end of this row. Okay, and now I've done my reverse single crochets all the way down, and I'm going to mark it on my paper. And now we need to do one more row of single crochets in the back loop only, all the way back across the row. Okay, so make sure you put your working yarn to the back behind your hook and find that last reverse single crochet that you did, and find the corresponding back loop. Okay, and just put your hook right into that corresponding back loop. Okay, and then you're going to pull up a loop, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through both of those loops. Okay, and go into the next back loop and make a single crochet, and the next one and make a single crochet. Okay, and that's my third. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to count them all the way back, and I will see you at the end of this row. Okay, I'm at the end of my single crochet row. And 4. That's 144 all the way back, and I counted them, so I know my number is correct. Okay, and there it is. That's our divider, and it just feels so poofy, and it looks so nice. I will see you guys in the next video, and we will start the next section between the divider and the flowers. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video.